Aloha my kako and welcome back to another book review. I am Mama Kitty and today we are going to be reviewing the book Brewing Up Christmas by Emily Campbell. This was a novella that was sent to me by her team, and she mentioned that she wanted me to kind of get a taste for Bayshore, right? Her version of Bayshore for her upcoming book Bitter Brews and Secret Pages. I'm honestly not 100% sure how I came across this book on Goodreads. Maybe it was an accident. But after reading the synopsis, I'm super stoked about it. So when we get there, we'll get there, but that's not what we're talking about today. The Goodreads synopsis is as follows. Eli, Bayshore's charming bartender and notorious ladies' man, has always shrugged off the holiday spirit. But when a mysterious woman strolls into his brewery, everything changes. What starts as a whirlwind night of passion quickly transforms into something far more magical when Eli finds himself at the center of a Christmas mission he never asked for. Angelina isn't just passing through. She's Santa's chief spirit officer, tasked with restoring the town's dwindling Christmas cheer. And now she's enlisted Eli to help her. With pointed ears and a magical Christmas spirit meter tracking his every move, Eli must decorate, spread joy, and reluctantly embrace the season of if he ever wants to return to his old self. As they deck the halls of Bayshore, sparks fly between Eli and Angelina, blending holiday cheer with undeniable attraction. But with each magical encounter, Eli finds himself questioning whether getting back to normal is really what he wants, or if Angelina has given him something far better than any gift under the tree. So getting right into it, Eli is our main character, which, hello? A male lead in a Hallmark-esque Christmas romance story? Definitely color me intrigued. We then meet Angelina, our love interest, basically right away, and she and Eli do not waste time getting down and dirty. They just have fun right there in the bar, and I was totally into it. Although the practical side of, or the logical side of my brain was very much like, ew, sanitation? Like, hello? Hot as fuck, but also, what? You know? The whole interaction really made Eli kind of unlikable at first. Campbell was really giving us that wham bam, thank you ma'am, and then we had to kind of figure out what the heck was going on. Luckily for me, Eli got his just desserts by getting turned into a little elf boy. I did, however, really like his character arc. I thought that it was just kind of really well done, and I liked that it happened very quick. Right, it's a novella, right? So it happened very quickly, it happened very succinctly, and almost willingly. And he was really, he wasn't really hard nut to crack at first, and then, I don't know, the words I used was very trudge, if you get my meaning. But he ended up pushing through. I enjoyed the sort of switching up of tropes in this novel, right? So Eli starts to do these Christmas tasks that Angelina gives him, mostly with the intention to see Angelina again, right? Which is kind of something that we often criticize leading ladies for, right? Having the motivation of what they're doing being their love interest. Did I like it on Eli though? Yes, I did. Is that a double standard? Yes, it is, but don't at me. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When the male lead or whatever role he's in is obsessed with his woman, it's the best. It's just the entire, and yes. Angelina was a little bit harder to understand. She was kind of missing throughout the entirety of the book, right? She was very MIA, which is part of why she was Eli's motivation, right? Is to get her to come back and talk to him. But it was very, I didn't really understand what her purpose was aside from being Eli's motivation, which rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, kind of going back to that idea of the tropes, right? She was really good at the popping up and talking to Eli and then popping out again until she was needed to return to kind of spur Eli onward. And it really wasn't my favorite thing, but it left me sort of constantly wondering, she's Santa's chief spirit officer, right? That is supposedly assigned to this particular town. So why is she not there? As I always say, it is 100% possible that I missed it, right? That it was totally explained and that it's in there somewhere. It's also possible that it will be explained in the other books of Bayshore, right? That we'll kind of see her around and she'll explain a little more. I don't know. I'm not gonna get my hopes up on that. But from what I remember reading, it was weird that she was absent all the time for me. But because she was absent so often, it was sort of interesting to watch them get together, right? In Eli's case, it totally made some sense, right? In the sense that he has this longing and he falls for her via that. But on Angelina's side, she wasn't really ever there. But I guess I guess if Eli can long for her long distancely, then she can also long for him long distancely. But for me, aside from like the sex, whenever she came by, it didn't quite make sense to me that Angelina fell for him. Like he was fine and whatever, but it's just I don't know. It was I'm happy they fell in love because it's a romance and I love that kind of stuff. But it just didn't quite meet my expectations, I guess, for a leading lady or a leading lady love interest or whatever. But I guess that's the other thing too, right? Is that she's not the leading lady. Eli is the main character. So maybe it's just different. So on to other things. I thought that the concept of like bringing Christmas spirit to a town was really cute. I also thought it was kind of unique. I mean, I guess considering I called it a Hallmark-esque Christmas romance, it's not necessarily that unique, but it was unique enough of the things that I've read so far that it drove me to keep reading. With all that in mind, I'm going to be giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. It didn't necessarily have me kicking my feet and giggling, or like screaming at my characters or trying to throw my book across the room, but it was a romance and it did exactly what I wanted a romance to do. I can't wait to see what else comes out of Bayshore and Campbell in particular. And actually, from reading the synopsis to Bitter Brews and Secret Pages, I actually recognize the name of the main character, and so I'm hoping that it's the same guy that we see in Brewing Up Christmas. The next arc that we're going to be reading is called Pride by Samantha Ryan. It's a Pride and Prejudice retelling, which is, I'm so stoked about it because Pride and Prejudice is like my favorite book of all time. And not only is it Pride and Prejudice, right? It's like super gay. I've already started it as of this video getting published, and I am in love. So definitely sign me up for that. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know when that video comes out or this one. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!